This is WBBM TV's Sunday Night Television Magazine, 2 on 2.
Tonight, we'll show you the Adler Planetarium's new heliostat, a kind of telescope that lets you look at the sun. We're at the Adler Planetarium, and we'll have those stories for you shortly.
But first, remember a few years ago when kids used to putt-putt around racetracks in those contraptions called go-karts?
I used to envy those kids. Well, go-karts have come a long way from being just putt-putts. As Bob Wallace recently discovered, they're still mini machines, but now they deliver maxi thrills.
They sound like hundreds of buzzing bees getting ready to attack. But what they are go-karts. Go-karts that race around tracks like the one at Blackhawk Farms in Rockton, Illinois. It was there that the River Valley Kart Club held its third annual Sprint Kart Road Racing Nationals, a two-day event that drew over 400 participants from around the Midwest. Go-karts in the sport of karting actually began in 1956, when a man named Art Ingalls bolted a 2-horsepower, 2-cycle lawnmower engine onto a crude metal tube frame with 4 small tires. Today's karting scene is very different. More than 20,000 people belong to karting clubs all across the country. Although karting is just beginning to grow here in the United States, it's a major sport in Europe, England, Hong Kong, and Japan. Tom Cassidy is the track director at Blackhawk Farms. According to him, what makes karting so attractive is its wide appeal.
It's for the youngsters, it's for the adults. We have very slow, conservative racing that can be done, safe and so on. Then we have the faster karts that you've just seen a few minutes ago. And it's growing because of that, because people are discovering it. You know, they're getting into it, and we're happy about that.
Accidents do happen, but the organizers try to keep the sport as safe as possible. Drivers are required to wear vinyl or leather jackets. Many wear driving suits. They must also wear gloves to protect their hands, and most importantly, a helmet to protect their heads.
We learned a lot in the early days as far as what was safe in the way of materials to use and what wasn't safe and so on, and it's added to the safety. I believe that it does go on record, at least as far as any insurance is concerned, that it is the safest four-wheel, wheel-to-wheel racing, motor racing.
Before each race, the driver gets a practice run to test his machine and make sure everything is ready for the competition.
Well, the leaders should be turning about 25s. I'm turning 33s. That's a new motor. I really don't know that much about this particular engine.
Race karts are divided into 2 basic categories, sprint karts and enduro karts. Sprint karts are the more familiar of the two, and they make up a major portion of America's karting. A sprint kart can hit speeds of up to 60 miles an hour. This type of racing has the advantage of providing maximum racing at minimum cost. The other style of kart is an enduro kart, also known as a laydown kart for obvious reasons. Better aerodynamics this way. These karts can motor around the track at 85 to 90 miles an hour. There's a new type of kart on the American karting scene. It's from England, and it's called a super kart. This kart is more like a professional race car than a go-kart. These babies can reach speeds of 140 miles an hour in the straightaways.
When most people come into our business, they will say, I don't know if I want to go that fast, that low to the ground. And I explain to them, well, that's one of the things that makes it safe, because you have such a low center of gravity.
Karting is the most inexpensive form of motorsport. But just what can you expect to spend on equipment?
Well, I would say the average kart that I sell to someone who is, say, 16 years of age and up, and that's the majority of the people that I sell to, they're spending around $2,000. And with that, they've got a 100cc 2-cycle engine, running stock class. They've got the best kart they can buy, and it's equipped to really go out and be competitive.
Some people do it for the thrill of the competition. Others do it just for the thrill.
Fun, fast, it's very fast. Well, I just think some of us 38-year-old kids are still kids. What can I tell you?
Some karters have gone on to make big names for themselves in professional auto racing. People like Emerson Fittipaldi, Jody Scheckter, and Mario Andretti. But for most of the guys we saw at Blackhawk Farms, this is thrill enough.
Wow, that's an exciting sport. I had no idea they moved that fast.
I didn't either. You know, if you're interested in karting, you can see some of the latest in go-karts at the Chicago Auto Show. That's in February at McCormick Place.
Coming up next, the Adler Planetarium's new look at the universe.